Do you want to learn how to take your fills to the next level? Hi, it's Guy Monk and I'm from the British Drumming Academy. Do you want to learn how to get better at playing drums and you want to learn how to take your drum fills to the next level? This is how. So, this is the first lesson in a new series about building vocabulary on the drums and how to take your drum fills to the next level. So for someone who's been playing drums for 20 or so years and someone who's been teaching for 10 plus years, so many students have come to me and said, how do I play better fills? How do I play more fills? I can't memorize fills. How do I stop sounding like every other drummer out there? This is the way we do it. So in this mini series, what I'm going to do is essentially show you some of the building blocks to being able to sound like you want to on the drum set, so you sound like yourself and not like anybody else. Okay, so let's get straight into the lesson then. What we're going to start to do is build on from a previous series, which was all about odd groupings. But this time, instead of doing groupings of 3, we're going to do groupings of 5, gradually go into groupings of 7, and then look at something called mixed groupings. And these mixed groupings and all the steps in between is what's going to help you become a best drummer and start to sound like yourself on the drum set. With the odd groupings, what we're essentially going to begin with is melody. Now I know that sounds a little bit odd for drummers, but this is what we're going to do. Trust me on it, it will all make sense. So when we start thinking about odd groupings in essence are a bar of full 4, which is divided into 16 16th notes. Now generally we think about this as 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. With odd groupings, what we're going to do is we're not changing subdivision, we're not changing time signature. We're just going to think about clusters of notes put together. So with these clusters, we're going to think of them as clusters of 5. Okay. Now, you'll see the notation on your screen and you'll notice how we've divided them, but it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So in our groups of 5, we're accenting 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. So the melody of that, and again, look at the notation, pause this video, go back if you need to. The notation and the melody is going to sound like this. So if this is my pulse, so we're thinking in 16th note, so da 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 da. So that's now our melody. So just to reiterate, the point behind this is because I see so many different drum teachers out there and so many educators who sometimes get a little bit fixated on just a singular lick and memorization and regurgitation, whereas on drums I like to have a little more of a creative approach. So I like taking one concept and then seeing how far I can take that concept on the drum set. So if we've got this melody, which came from groupings of 5, I'm playing groupings of 5 in a bar of 4, 4, going ga 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 ba 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 ga 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 ba ba ga 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 ba ba. If that's my melody, well, what can I do with that? Well, what we're going to do in this series is take it through so many different steps. But we're just going to start with the melody, just playing that as a 1 bar fill. So if I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba, ga, 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 ga. Even by itself, that works great. So that is the first step. Understanding those groupings of 5, understanding how they work. If you've got any questions or queries, just pop it in the comments, ask me, I'm more than happy to clarify. That's the first step in our first video.